You're welcome back to the Vexed Matters. Samson Stake, act professionally, stop the abuse, part 3. An officer of the Ghana Armed Forces has been locked up in their guard room in Michelle Camp, Tema, since November 2022. That's 6 months without a charge and without trial. Yet, Ghana is a democracy of the rule of law. This is in violation of their own rules, requiring that an officer facing discipline and in custody must be released, if not tried, after 90 days. Our courts have even struck down that rule as unconstitutional, now requiring the military to also comply with the 48-hour rule, that's the constitutional rule, for all persons arrested, restricted, or detained because such persons are innocent until they admit their guilt or have been proven guilty in a court of competent jurisdiction. Last week, I cautioned that something bad might happen if they don't stop abusing the poor officer. I explained what I meant. He managed to get a suicide note to me. I'm talking about the soldier I said has been frustrated, lost his promotion. In fact, he tendered in resignation letters 5 times. 28th October 2015, 3rd of December 2015, 26th January 2016, 4th February 2016, including through his lawyer on 13th March 2016, without any response. He got wrongly accused. He was tried and acquitted. He sued the Ghana Armed Forces, and military police was sent to arrest him in the courtroom. A High Court judge's rebuke didn't stop them from arresting him within the court premises. I have seen the closed arrest book, and there is no charge against his name. His lawyer wrote to the Chief of Defense Staff for due process of law to be followed, but that letter has been ignored. Lance Corporal Kofi Andrews says he is a sole breadwinner and his family, his wife and children and his aged father are sick and starving. Lawyers who have been helping him for free are equally frustrated because the army is acting as though it is not part of this country and is not under the Constitution of Ghana. Chief of Defense Staff, when I say your military police is unlawfully used to arrest and detain civilians, I am talking fact with evidence to show how some unscrupulous officers are turning such an important institution into a debt collection entity with land guards in uniform. Stop the abuse. Last week, police officers at Tesano abused a commercial bus driver and a passenger. Fumes came out of his vehicle, which came to an abrupt stop on the road just by the police station. A senior officer driving out of the station shouted at him angrily to move as he drove past. A passenger dared to shout back, asking if the officer didn't see the driver was frantically trying to fix a fault. He drove back, got her arrested and locked up. The vehicle was impounded and released only 3 days later when I called to provide legal representation. We have been waiting for the charges to mount a defense in court. A couple of officers there who became aware of the facts expressed shock The vehicle broke down for less than 15 minutes. By law, Regulation 102 of LI 2180, an offense is committed only when the broken down vehicle is left on the road for up to an hour in a city, town, or built-up area, and for up to 2 hours on roads in other areas. This is even on condition that the driver fails within the hour or two to report the situation to the nearest police station or to an authorized towing service. Dear senior officer at Tesano, try to emulate the example of your colleagues who will rather assist distressed drivers and passengers in such situations. It looks good on you. Stop the abuse. You don't know this driver's circumstance and how you denied he and his family bread for all the days you kept the vehicle on your compound. Please, your advantage is the uniform and the gun. That's all the difference. These are the people who pay for the uniform and the gun. Don't use them to abuse the same people who pay for them. The people of Ashaiman, assaulted and abused by the military, must get justice. Dear President Akufo-Addo, Defense Minister, Chief of Defense Staff, I join the CDD, Occupy Ghana, and all lovers of rule of law and due process to demand that you punish the conduct and compensate the poor victims. And that is my take. We'll be right back to introduce my guest to you as we get into the Vex Matters for this morning.